Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. As the Tennessee Titans have been making moves in the 2018 NFL free agency period, they go out and they sign Malcolm Butler and Dion Lewis of the New England Patriots. We're going to talk about that today and also talk about if they're going to do anything else in this free agency period and also the re-signings that they made in this free agency period. So let's start by talking about the big boy, Malcolm Butler, the Super Bowl hero. Patriots versus Seahawks. We all remember that magical play where Malcolm Butler read the Seahawks play design. He had practiced this all week. He jumped the route. He was able to take the Super Bowl away from the Seattle Seahawks and give it to not only himself but his teammates. Give Tom Brady another ring. Give Bill Belichick another ring. Malcolm Butler, the Super Bowl hero, who then after that Super Bowl ended up being a starting quarterback for the New England Patriots for 2 years and doing a damn good job, and unfortunately being benched in their most recent Super Bowl 52, where you can make the argument if he would have played, the Patriots maybe would have won that football game. This is a guy that's been a number one corner for the New England Patriots for the past 2 years. He's been their best corner, so you love this free agent signing. 5 years, $61 million for Malcolm Butler, and I'm all for it. Yes, Logan Ryan played well as our best corner last year. Adoree Jackson played outside more than Logan Ryan, though, as Logan Ryan actually played more in the slot. He had more slot snaps than he had outside snaps. So to me, we did need an outside corner, and we got one here in Malcolm Butler. So now you're going to see most of the time Malcolm Butler and Adoree Jackson outside and Logan Ryan in the slot. Now, the interesting thing to me outside of that is whenever we go to two quarterback sets, are we going to go with Butler and Jackson or Butler and Ryan? I would personally go with Butler and Ryan maybe most of the time, but I would also do Butler and Jackson a good amount of the time. It would just depend on the matchups, right? Whenever we're going up against DeAndre Hopkins and tall wide receivers, I want Logan Ryan out there. I feel like he's a better matchup against those big body guys. But if we're going up against a T.Y. Hilton or someone of that manner and, duo that's not that tall, we can deal with them with, to me, Butler and Jackson. So to me, it's a matchup thing, a week-to-week thing. But to me, you have to love our top three quarterbacks right now. Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan, Adoree Jackson. And Adoree Jackson, although I was critical of him coming into the 2017 NFL draft, and I still feel deservedly so. I mean, his tape was not that good. He had a decent rookie campaign. He's improving as a cover corner, and you like his potential moving forward. You like his play from his rookie year. He could become even better. He has to start coming down with some interceptions, as does Logan Ryan. Neither one of these men had interceptions last year. Malcolm Butler, I believe, had a couple, right? So hopefully the interceptions go up, but right now you have to love this quarterback trio right now in Tennessee. The safeties behind them, to me, you have to love the free safety in Kevin Byard, the strong safety Jonathan Cyprien, not so much. I mean, Cyprien was awful last year. I'm looking to upgrade the strong safety spot already. I'm already done with Jonathan Cyprien. I don't trust Jonathan Cyprien when it comes to being a tackler in the box, because this year he struggled with that. He would miss tackles left and right. So I'm not even sure what we have in Jonathan Cyprien. Do we even have a good run stuffer in Jonathan Cyprien? I don't even buy that, right? So I'm looking at the strong safety spot, and I'm looking at the entire secondary, and I'm saying that's the spot of weakness. But for it to be Jonathan Cyprien, that being the worst part of your secondary, that's not too bad, right? This is a lot better situation than we had a couple years back in 2014-15, where Jason McCourty was our best option, and we had guys like Bleedy Ray Wilson and Cody Sensabaugh running around in the backfield, right? So things are much better now in terms of the Tennessee Titans secondary. The Tennessee Titans also went out and signed running back Dion Lewis in free agency, 5 years, $20 million for Dion Lewis, and I talked about it in my video before free agency. The Titans obviously needed a receiving back, and they kind of got one here. I feel like people are a little overestimating how much of a receiving back Dion Lewis is. Now, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, but I think he's just as good of a runner as he is a receiver. Okay, and I don't think he's too dynamic as a receiver, but he's pretty damn good. good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think we signed a Chris Thompson here. I don't think we signed a Darren Sproles here. I think we signed a guy that is versatile, a guy that can do both, but not just a receiving back here. I mean, he's a decent receiving back, but I wouldn't even call him a receiving back. I think he's an all-around back. And I think it's a guy last year that you saw. I think he was either number 1 or number 3 in terms of yards after contact, and Derrick Henry was the other one, right? I think it was Dion Lewis was number 1 in terms of yards after contact, average yards after contact, and Derrick Henry was number 3. So you have to love that combination to me. He had 4.9 yards per carry last year. Had to love that to me. So you're looking at Dion Lewis, and a lot of people are thinking, man, this guy could end up being our starting running back this year, take the majority of the snaps. Now, I'm not willing to go there yet, but what I will say is he's going to get a lot more snaps than some people are expecting. I think this may end up being a 60-40 split, assuming Dion Lewis is healthy. Now, people aren't talking about this, but Dion Lewis has an extensive injury history, so I don't even trust him to be healthy, honestly, throughout the entire season, and that's something that concerns me. But if he is, I expect a 60-40 split between Derrick Henry and Dion Lewis, and Derrick Henry still may not break 1,000 rushing yards this upcoming year, which would suck for him. I thought it was going to be that bell cow, but you look at Dion Lewis and the things he was able to do in New England this year. You look at Matt LaFleur's offense and how he uses running backs in the receiving game and how he likes shifty backs, and look at what Todd Gurley did last year. I think Dion Lewis is going to be a huge part of this offense moving forward, and that's going to cut into Derrick Henry's production yet again. He's not going to be the complete unadulterated bell cow for this offense. Look out for that this upcoming season. People are really sleeping on that. I don't think Dion Lewis is going to start. Some people think he's just going to start outright. I won't say that, but I think he will cut into Derrick Henry snaps significantly because Dion Lewis can play, people. When he's healthy, he can play. We move on to the Tennessee Titans re-signings. Okay, they re-signed Daquan Jones, 3 years, $21 million, and I was surprised by this deal. I was talking about before free agency, I expected a 1 year, $6 million deal. Now they gave him 3 years, $21 million, so that's $7 million per year. I wouldn't have done that. I don't love the deal, but it's not an awful deal. I mean, I guess it's good enough, right? He's a decent player. He's a guy that can stop the run. He can't get a pass rush to save his life. I mean, he did get some of a pass rush near the end of his stint this year, right? Right before he got injured, he started rushing the passer a bit for the first time in his career because he has not been a pass rusher throughout his entire career. So maybe he's improving there. We'll see, we'll see moving forward if that remains to be true. But I wouldn't have re-signed him for this deal. It's not going to kill us in terms of the cap. I mean, I think people are really overestimating our cap situation. I think we're fine in terms of the cap. I think we're going to be fine for years. Yes, Taylor Lewan's going to demand a lot of money. Marcus Mariota, a lot of money. With all that, we're still going to have plenty of room because guys like Brian Orakpo and Derek Morgan are about to get a lot less money or leave. Okay, we're good in terms of the cap right now. Trust me on that. You're just going to have to trust me. I'm a numbers guy. I'm telling you, we're good on the cap for now. In 2022, maybe not, but right now we're good on the cap, so I'm not worried about that. So Daquan Jones, I personally would not have given him this deal, but at least now we know we have that defensive line almost set. But to me, we still need a new starter on this defensive line. I don't think it's good enough to be an elite defense, or at least to be part of an elite defense in the NFL. I like our cornerbacks right now. Our linebackers are a little shaky, and our defensive line is only okay. Jarrell Casey's really good. Daquan Jones is okay. And Sylvester Williams, to me, is bad. I've been on the record saying this. I don't think he does anything. Pro Football Focus can give them whatever grade they want. I didn't see him do anything throughout the entire year except for maybe 2 plays in December. That's all I saw from Sylvester Williams. I just don't buy that he does anything. I never see him making an impact. I just don't see it. If we can go out and get Don Terry Poe or draft Vita Veo or whatever, I'm going to be down for that. I think we still need to upgrade this defensive line. But in the meantime, at least now we know we have a run stuffer coming back. The Titans also re-signed Josh Klein, the right guard. They gave him a 4-year, $26 million deal. That is $6.5 million per year. Again, I'm fine with this deal, actually. In fact, I like him more than the Daquan Jones deal. He's getting paid less than Daquan Jones, and I think he's more integral to this team than Daquan Jones has ever been. I think Josh Klein has made much more of an impact than Daquan Jones ever has. So I like that deal. I think we got a better deal here, and you solidify our offensive line moving forward. Now, again, I felt before before free agency that we probably should have went out and, just tried to get like an Andrew Norwell if we could. We didn't do that. I'm fine with Quinn Spain and Josh Klein moving forward. I'm fine with them, although I do believe, unfortunately, if they start to regress a little more, because this year they did take a step back, we may have to completely revamp our interior offensive line in like 2 or 3 years. So I'm still concerned about that. I'm not saying we have to do that, but I could see that being a possibility. But for now, we'll move forward with these guys. So Quinn Spain, they tendered him. He'll likely be back, because I haven't heard too much interest around him in terms of the NFL, so it looks like he's going to be back. So Quinn Spain, Josh Klein, they're coming back. Most likely Quinn Spain, we'll see about him, but Josh Klein definitely. And I'm fine with that. So those are the re-signings. Those are the signings. Are we going to do anything else in free agency? It doesn't appear so. I thought we were going to get involved in the Jordy Nelson mix. Turns out we didn't. And that surprised me, because why would we be interested in Eric Decker last year and not Jordy Nelson this year? I mean, Jordy Nelson is the upgraded version of Eric Decker. So that really surprised me. Eric Decker is still out there. Are we going to talk to him? I don't know. I think we're going to go out and sign like some stupid wide receiver for like a 1 year, $5 million, come in here and get 500 receiving yards type deal. I think that's what we're going to do. So look out for like another Eric Decker deal, or bringing someone like Eric Decker that's going to come in here, do okay, and then leave. I think that's what we're going to do. But other than that, I think we're done. I'd love for us to go get a big guy. I'd love for us to go get involved in talks for Ndamukong Suh. Sheldon Richardson, I think, is still on the market, but the Vikings are about to pick him up, so that sucks for us. But Sheldon Richardson would have been nice. Muhammad Wilkerson, if we would have gotten involved in those discussions, but now he's going to the Packers, so we're too late for him. Dontari Poe, I would have loved for us to do that, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Looks like they're pretty much happy at this point. I haven't heard about the Titans talking to anyone after making the signings of Malcolm Butler and Dion Lewis, which to me is a bit unfortunate. Again, they're going to sign some guys. I expect some depth signings. They're going to go sign a stupid wide receiver or two, maybe a center or something, maybe a strong safety, hopefully a strong safety, but I think we're almost done. I think we're completely done. And last year I said our free agency was disappointing. In hindsight, I stick with that. I think Jonathan Cyprien was a disappointment. Logan Ryan has been fine. And that's pretty much been it. I mean, that's pretty much all we did in last year's free agency period. And that's why I felt it was a little disappointing. But this year, Malcolm Butler, Dion Lewis, I think that is exactly what the doctor ordered. I said in my video before free agency, we should go get a receiving back. We did. I didn't mention cornerback, but I was going to be down for it, and we did. So we got our big signing in Malcolm Butler. We got our just signing in Dion Lewis. We didn't go get a front seven guy, and now Avery Williamson is out of the door, right? He's playing for the New York Jets, so he's not going to be a part of this team next year. So looking at the draft, you have to look at these needs to me. Inside linebacker, okay? Because now there is a definite gap. There is a definite hole at inside linebacker next to Wesley Woodyard. Avery Williamson is gone. We need a new guy there, and I'm fine with that. Malik Jefferson, Cameron Smith, Rashaan Evans, let's talk, okay? I want a new, young Keith Bullock in the middle of our defense that's going to run around and be a great leader for this defense, a cornerstone for this defense moving forward. I think we can go get that guy in the draft. You also look at, to me, again, the defensive line. I know we re-signed Daquan Jones. I think he's okay. I think we could have a big impact player next to him. Okay, next to him, Andrew Casey at nose tackle. I'd be fine with that. Or instead of Daquan Jones, right? Making Daquan Jones more of a rotational guy. I know you don't want a guy you're paying $7 million to be a rotational guy, but can you just imagine the power of our defense? If we could have Jarrell Casey opposite of another pass rushing beast at defensive end, and then you have these three cornerbacks, you're talking about potentially an elite defense being formed in Tennessee. So I'm still looking at the defensive line, and I'm saying we should upgrade there. Okay, and then also edge rusher. I mean, I think we need to now solidify our edge rushing unit moving forward, and we're not going to be able to do it completely because we're probably going to be able to only get one impact guy there, right? We probably won't go out and draft 2 edge rushers in day 1 and 2. I think we're going to go get 1 edge rusher in the first 3 rounds, 1 linebacker, right? 1 inside linebacker, and then either a defensive lineman or maybe a strong safety if they really feel as concerned as I am about the strong safety position, because I am concerned. And I would not be concerned if we would have drafted Jamal Adams, which again, I have to bring up, but man, can you just imagine a Legion of Boom in Tennessee right now? If we had Jamal Adams next to Kevin Byard, who in front front of them had Malcolm Butler and Logan Ryan and Adoree Jackson, this would be the Legion of Boom, people. The Legion of Boom didn't even have that 3 cornerback trio that we have right now. You'd be talking about a unit in Tennessee. But regardless, we have a decent unit right now. We can make it better. Let's go get a better strong safety, or at least a promising strong safety in the draft. Let's go get an inside linebacker. I want a defensive lineman, and I want edge rushers, preferably 2. Give me at least 1 within the first 3 rounds. To me, I take one either round 1 or round 2, come back in round 4, round 5, and let's see what they can do behind Derek Morgan and Brian Arakpo. One of them, probably both to me, are gone after this year, so we have to start planning for that. But after that, guys, this roster is pretty much damn complete. I mean, Jesus, if we add some edge rushers, a defensive lineman, an inside linebacker, and a strong safety, what more do we need? Now, the wide receiver position is a problem, okay? And I would have solidified it by going out and getting a Sammy Watkins or an Allen Robinson. But what I think they're betting on, and what I can buy, is that Corey Davis and Daquan Taylor are going to step up. And if they do, then our wide receiver position will be fine, right? If Corey Davis becomes a 1,000-yard plus receiver and Daquan Taylor this year gets 600-700, let's say, our wide receiver will be fine, right? You're going to have a 1,000-yard receiver in Corey Davis, 700-800 in Rashard Matthews, 700 in Daquan Taylor. You'll go sign some stupid 500 receiving yard idiot behind them, and then your wide receivers will be good, right? Moving forward, Davis and Taylor will get even better, and you're going to love that. So I'm a little iffy on whether or not we should draft a wide receiver. And also, why would you invest another draft pick in a wide receiver to me? Because do we need another young guy in that locker room? The veteran option was the move to me. This is why I would have been fine paying for a Sammy Watkins and Allen Robinson, even overpaying for them, because I felt we've already drafted 2 young guys. Let's get a veteran in here. We didn't do that. So I think that conversation is pretty much over. They could go wide receiver early. I doubt it. I think they're going to go 4th, 5th, 6th round. And that guy probably will stink anyway. It'll be probably a bad pick, because a lot of wide receivers get drafted past the 4th round and they never do anything. A lot of them, not all of them. There are the occasional Julian Edelmans, but a lot of them do nothing. So it's probably going to be a wasted draft pick, but whatever. That's probably what we're going to do. So regardless, okay, in conclusion, the Tennessee Titans, they signed Malcolm Butler, they signed Dion Lewis, and this roster is looking good. And Mike Vrabel, look, I didn't like the head coaching hire, okay, but, man, you got to do something with this unit, man. If you can't do something with this unit, man, you are struggling as a head coach, because this roster is looking damn good right now. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Tennessee Titans 2018 NFL free agency period. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.